Is it just me, or does Jessie look like a Shelder that fainted one too many times? Also, I'm sure Cloyster is the fusion of both Shelder and Ghastly, just like how we get Slowbro. It explains why he can now magically levitate off the ground. Also, Voltorb is a hunter that possessed a Pokeball, and because Pokeballs capture Pokemon, he ended up being captured himself. When happy, he evolves into Electrode, hence the big grin, and makes sense why he doesn't die from abusing Explosion and Self-Destruct. And I mean, this one's obvious. They're the same Pokemon. Same limbs, same shape, both come out during a full moon, the wings and Clefable are Gengar's back spikes. It's likely he's a Clefable shadow, similar to how we get Shedinja from Ninjask. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the channel. Can I beat Pokemon Red with Jessie's enemy team? Allow me to explain the rules real quick. No items in battle, level 50 max for each Pokemon, and I'm only allowed to use the moves that her Pokemon used during her Kanto journey. So Pokemon like this, that can learn these moves, will be stuck with moves like these. Wait, you can't use any moves. Are you for real? One sec, guys. So, Pokemon like this that can learn these moves will be stuck with these moves. Let's see if it's possible. Oh, and if you like any of the music I use, make sure to check out Zame's channel. He makes some of the best remasters. Everything will be in the description, including any music I've used. Plus, if you're curious where I've been, I'll explain it at the end of the video. Timestamp in the chapters below. So, to start my journey, it makes sense that I use Ekans, who I'm going to name Steak. Didn't think that one through since he's going to evolve at some point, but beating the rival isn't much of a challenge. And the rival is right, you did pick the wrong Pokemon. Oh crap, I forgot Brock was a thing. I haven't played this game in ages, so I'm going to get Poison Sting and then give him a gun. Wish me luck. Let's see how we do against this trainer here. Yep, Brock's not happening for a while. So, not to lose my sanity, I decided to just farm on Brock because it's easier, and if I win, I win. Here's the moves Ekans can learn, by the way. As you can see, he's got a pretty decent moveset. The poison moves won't be of much use since I'm going to be using Glare for the Paralysis status, but he's going to be my ace, so I need to not overlevel him. If this doesn't work, I'm probably forced to get Glare just to get past this battle. Hopefully I don't need to farm to level 24, but I reckon I got no choice. Once I get Glare, I'll just evolve him into Arboks as well, so that will help if I'm still stuck. So as you can see, the battle's kind of just RNG based. I'm just abusing Wrap and hoping that I get good results, but one, I keep missing, and two, I do no damage. So yeah, I'm not going to be beating Onix anytime soon. Well, that's what I think. So as you can see, I got Bite at level 17, and funny enough, this was just a practice run, you know, during my failed attempts, and I got very, very good RNG this time around. Wrap just didn't miss. And you can't, well, as you can see, there's not much strategy, but I'm using Bite after all my Wraps. The problem was that I didn't have enough PP to beat Onix before it started attacking. Since I know it's got Bite, I use Poison Sting, since it's next to no damage, and just like that, we win. It's funny how the first gym required this much strat. Brock took 22 attempts to beat. I decided to get Glare and Mount Moon, removing one of my useless moves since I can't use it, and I'm going to let Ekans evolve now. Kind of ruins his name, but oh well. Right, so with Brock out of the way, we can now make our way to Misty and the rival. I'm going to give the rival a go first, and then Misty. So, for Blue, I kind of went with the idea of giving him Blastoise because I think it will provide the most challenge. As I was looking at the moves my Pokemon learned, I realised I had good coverage against his whole team. Also, I'm extremely over leveled, so I'd be amazed if he won, which he kinda almost did. But he didn't, and that's all that matters. First attempt. Misty shouldn't be a challenge. If she had Psychic moves, I'd be at her mercy, but she shouldn't be able to out-brawl an Arbok. And as we can see, once I paralyze her, pretty easy really, not much she can do. So no threat, first attempt. With that done, I finally decide to go get Dig, and to be honest, this just puts the rest of the game on the easy mode in my opinion, since it's such a strong move against most of the gym leaders. If I storm the rival, I guess I'll just skim matches like this because, I mean, it don't require any strategy, it's just brute force, and I don't think anyone really wants to watch Arbok just stomp everyone. So this should be an indicator for us also to, you know, let us know what to kind of expect late game. And, you know, it's actually a positive result. Water will be the harder thing, but yeah, Arboks my ace and he wins. First try, no challenge. Hopefully the rest of the game, you know, gets better towards the end. So once again, we meet our rival in Lavender Town. My only problem is over-leveling Arbok, but for the rival, he's a pushover. First try. You know, I'm starting to think that I should choose another Pokemon, considering he's this easy. Maybe it's just, you know, Jessie's team was actually better than she knew. Well, that's future me's problem. Right now, I need more Pokemon. With that in mind, I finally have access to the Super Rod, which means I can go get myself a Shelder. Fun fact, Cloyster is my favourite Pokemon. Well, I've actually got 6, but I'd say he's number 2. So, up next is Surge, and well, I've got Dig and I'm level 36. What do you expect's going to happen? First try, and yeah, I guess that's enough said, I guess. I teach Shelder Ice Beam, and he also learns Clamp, which means I've finally got a new friend to use. So why don't we put him to the test and see how well he does against Erica. Well, that was a big letdown. Right, well you asked for it even though you didn't. So I guess I'm going to have to deal with you. And as you can see, Erica was pretty easy for Arbok. First try. Next up is Koga, and you know, he was just easy. I mean, I just had to make sure I used Dig just to, you know, avoid the explosion from wheezing, and yeah, first try. Also, I decided to grab Meowth. She kind of tells Meowth what to do at times, so I'm going to just include him in her team as a last result. His stats aren't anything special, but I'm sure I'll find a use for him. Next is Blair, and as you can imagine, it goes very easy. Dig, Clamp, sweep his whole team, first try. We run into the rival again, and he's pretty easy. Blastoise is tanky though, so that's something to keep note of, but I can just Wrap Abuse, and yeah, he's dealt with. First attempt. Giovanni decides to come against me next, and you know what he's going to do, just pull a little Bruno, being even easier, so that's both of them first attempt. Right, Erica. I'm dreading this fight. Oh, I'm faster. So far so good, I suppose. Alakazam will probably be the main problem. The rest of the team is pretty easy for Arbok. So, I'm going to use Shelly and go for the Clamp strat on Alakazam, since this is the biggest cheese team I've ever had, and being Team Rocket, I think this strat is warranted. I get very good and close, but he goes and recovers his health. And because this game may have unlimited PP, I'm forced to try and go for a freeze since I won't win an endurance battle. Then, like an idiot, I make a mistake and I hit my HM Slave Fearow. I try to make him knock him out, so that Arbok doesn't get hit when he goes in. But this didn't work, and then eventually Arbok goes out, gets hit after she uses a potion. Of course I try again, but this time I get a freeze, so it was an instant win since they don't defrost in Gen 1 unless you hit them with a fire move, which I have none of. Guess I worry for nothing. Second attempt. Giovanni is up next, and well, as you can imagine, it didn't make any difference. Easy sweep, first attempt. Well, with that done, I might as well make my way to the rival. It's really sad that Jessie just didn't train her Pokemon. If she did so, she might have actually stood a chance against Ash and friends. I mean, this is Gen 1. Even in the anime, Pokemon were using illegal moves when they felt like it, so I'm sure she could have just pulled some, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pharaoh shenanigans and got scot-free. Right, so the rival match. This should be easy. I counter Pidgeot with Shelder, although I did take a lot more damage than I was hoping from that quick attack. One more level and I should be able to knock it out with one shot. One shot for the Rhyhorn, which is great. Growlithe, easy. Dig should deal with it. Execute is next, and you know what we're going to go for, Ice Beam. I get a freeze when I don't really need it, but I will take it, means less damage. Arbok will use Dig, and it didn't do much damage as I was hoping, and because of Reflect, yeah, Shelly's time, I'm going to try and just go for the Clamp. not enough damage, so I was hoping for a freeze again, but no. Well, I'm sure I'll be able to win next attempt. Okay. Guess I didn't even get to hit him, but yeah, that's just a bit of bad luck, right? So, this was a lot harder than I thought. It's basically Alakazam. I need a freeze to win. Even if I grinded levels, I might overlevel for the Elite Four, which is a problem, so I just try to rely on RNG. Also, Shelly is never outspeeding Alakazam no matter how much I try and, level them up or use the badge boost glitch, which increases my stats whenever they're affected. Explanations in the description. Once I finally get a freeze on Alakazam, I am able to finally deal with it. But I used Meowth when I didn't need to, and I was kind of annoyed at that. I could have just used Lickitung, but I used Meowth, and I wanted to at least get to the Elite Four before I had to use it. So I decided to try again. It was only 4 attempts later that I got this run. Of course, the beginning is always the same, but when I get to Alakazam, it's a different outcome. He manages to beat Shelder, so I used Arboks and I managed to get a crit. I was hoping to freeze Blastoise, but Arboks should be fine thanks to Glare and Wrap. The only thing I had to watch out for was Skull Bash, which no doubt would finish me off the hits. He goes for the Skull Bash, but fortunately for me, I have Dig and I managed to avoid the attack. I kind of get the feeling that this challenge is going to begin starting from now. Yay, I suppose? 33 tries. If you've made it to the halfway point, do me a favour and hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks. Once I finally get to the Elite Four, Laurelie is up first, and I run into a big problem. Dewgong is a rest spammer. In Gen 1, the AI loves to use moves that you think you're weak to, even if it's not an attacking move, and since they don't run out of PP, you get things like a Dewgong who will only use rest. I can't use Shelder because 1. Can't freeze ice Pokemon, and 2. Can't do enough damage before my PP runs out. So I'm basically stuck against this wall. Also, why is rest a psychic move? And why isn't there a move called Feint? Calm mind, focus energy. We're getting off topic. Try again. I keep trying to get a run where I don't burn too much PP on Dewgong, and this is hard because she likes to use potions when she's low. During my Wrap spam, which is also very annoying because since it does very little damage, I can't stop her. At least it stops rest and gets rid of her potions, but I'm still burning PP, which means I'm going to struggle to beat the remaining Pokemon that she has. As you're seeing on the screen, this is the best strategy I came up with. I'm hoping at some point I'll get a lucky crit, or she won't heal and let me knock out her Dewgong. And are you having a laugh? Well, Dewgong is no more, and we better not lose this. Now that I've gotten past the Wicked Witch, I've got Cloyster, who is a problem for Arbok. It's tanky, it's chunky, it's firm like Brock's abs, but its confusion is a problem. I didn't switch because I didn't want to give him a free damage for when I switch back, since I didn't think I'd be able to get Lickitung knocked out in one go. But I did learn that Shelly is a better matchup, so it's time to put my knowledge to the test, since this run is kind of dead anyway since I lost Arbok, and there's no way Shelly's doing this on his own. Here's what a good attempt looks like. Good RNG on the Dewgong. The strat is still the same. Keep going for bite while she's asleep for big damage, and then Wrap spam when she wakes up. Hopefully getting her low enough so that I can get a crit and knock out the Dewgong before it heals. It is very, very luck dependent, but on this run, I got very good results first time. Next up is the Cloyster. We use Arbok just to get the paralyzer, with the paralyzer, you know what I mean, with Glare. And then I switch to Shelly so Shelly can survive a bit easier. This also means I'll be going first for the Clamp Abuse, since it's the same as Wrap, and the difference being I do more damage since it's a special move, and Cloyster's special is a lot lower than his defense. Shelly takes a lot of damage, which is concerning, but I finally catch him in my cheese. Only problem is being the heals since my PP is very low, so I need to be careful, but in the end I do succeed. I use Meowth for the Slowbro because at this point he's kind of required. And I know I'm not getting through this with just Arbok and Shelly. I think that's clear. Meowth actually shocks me by how well he does against the Slowbro. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't just use Arbok to start with. Well, that's because I need Slowbro low before he does his Amnesia spam. If he maxes out his stats, there is no way I'm knocking him out before I run out of moves. So, with the damage done, I use Arbok against the Slowbro. Yes, he will keep healing, but this is more manageable, so there's still hope. I got to Jinx, which is good, steady making progress. Next attempt goes very, very good. No point of explaining it since you know the strat. Cloyster is always going to be a problem with his defense, but I do manage to hang in there, which is really shocking with Shelly since Shelly's much weaker, but Shelly does well, almost manages to beat Cloyster without no damage. Good job, Shelly. Sadly, Cloyster struggles back, refusing to go down without a fight, and this leaves Shelly with low HP, which sucks, but we're getting consistent runs now. So, once Cloyster is dealt with, which is right now, thank you, Curly, oh my goodness, I try for a freeze on Slow, but no dice. I run out of PP for my only 2 moves, so I need to switch. Arbok is up now, and we know Slowbro can't beat him, but Lorelei keeps wasting her potions, which is the best result I could ask for, even though it's annoying, but it works in my favour. So, Jinx is going to be the problem again, depending on what she does. I survive somehow against Jinx, and get a crit to knock her out. Next is Lapras, and I'm running very low on health. I go for Dig, but get confused. Not worth it, so I decide to switch to Shelly, who can't do anything anymore, only to be confused again. So I switch to Licky, who takes a hit. Told you I'd find a use for him. Back to Arbok, I try to chip away and go for Dig, out of fear of Rat missing, or her healing. It's very close now, and I'm hoping that this is going to finally be the knockout that I want. But as I go for my final Dig, she survives and knocks out my Arbok. Thankfully, I do have Meowth, who can finish that press off, and we finally beat her, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a run. 28 tries. Next up is Bruno, and there's not really much to say because he's kind of a joke. I might have, I might have to just use his team one day and just see if he's actually that bad, or, I'll stick to the same rules, of course, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a problem with his team or it's just a trainer diff. But I want to try it on Fire Red. That would actually be a challenge in itself. Seriously though, why has he got 2 rock Pokemon and not a Primeape or a Poliwrath? He's a strange dude. Does he use his rock Pokemon as training partners? That might be why he has them. To see if he can break their body. Oh, this man is sick. Good thing he doesn't believe in Arceus, or he would be judged right now. He is worse than Team Rocket, and someone needs to stop him and put him in his place for his Pokemon abuse. He is a terrible oh, Bruno. We done? Oh, sorry about that. I forgot we were battling you. 0 attempts, right? Well, next up is Agatha, and Arbok is going to be the MVP here. Annoyingly, she switched. I don't know why she did that, but me being stubborn, I decided to stay in, just like I did with Lorelei, and I get the same results. Confused and ruined the battle because I lost all my HP. I'm pretty sure this is a loss. So, yeah, I thought so. So, trying again, I play with my brain. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. I'm going to use Arbok for everyone else, apart from the Golbat, whose Shelter can deal with. As you see, we are getting much better results. I just have to hope not to put... Well, I just have to hope that my Pokemon do not get put to sleep by Gengar, because Dream Eater is a one-shot. My Arbok manages to beat the other Arbok, which is brilliant. I cannot ask for anything else. I get Nightshaded, go for a Dig, thank goodness I don't get knocked out, and he goes for Toxic, I go for another Dig, which finishes Agatha, 2 attempts. Now for Lance. Gyarados is really annoying. I'm greeted with a Hyper Beam, so I decide to Wrap Spam for as long as I can. This reminds me of Dewgong, except there's one big difference. This guy will destroy me if he ever hits me twice. Thankfully, it doesn't waste, well, he wastes his potions, and as I'm running low of PP, he hits me with a Hydro Pump. So, we've got our strat for Gyarados, which is very sad, I know. This whole challenge has kind of become cheese without the double team. But I am representing Team Rocket, so it should be expected. Eventually, I do manage to get a decent enough run to squeeze a win against the Gyarados. And yeah, we're going to go Shelly against Dragonette. I don't know why I done this. Well, actually, I do know why. I was trying to save PP for the for Dragonites. Well, Dragonette and Dragonites. Lance's Pokemon use agility non-stop since it's a psychic move, which I do not understand because that probably should be a fighting or normal move, but they are tanky. With Shelly gone, I am now forced to use Arbok, which makes me worry about his level. Once I'm done with the Dragonite, I remember that Aerodactyl's still a thing and I need Shelly for him. So yeah, once again I give it another shot. Gyarados and Aerodactyl are really the only two I need to worry about, and as long as I don't lose Arbok on this Gyarados, oh my goodness, my English, I'm tired guys, I should be able to get past against the Gyarados. Also, I hope Gyarados won't be this annoying when I face him with a rival. With him beaten, Dragonette is no threat, and thanks to being hit with Leer, the badge boost glitch makes me much stronger, makes this a lot easier to knock out the Dragoness. He sends another one, which is good, which means, you know, more fodder, and now we're on to the Aerodactyl. Thankfully, I get a freeze, and I get another freeze again against the Dragonite. Sad, I know. GG Lance, 8 tries. So, I know better than to underestimate the rival this time. So, I'm just checking my Pokemon, and I do realise that I technically could have just leveled them up a bit more, but I thought I'd just see if we can win like this. So, to start off this battle, it's clear what I need to do. Ice Beam spam the Pidgeot, and hopefully, till I can only get a knockout. I took a lot of damage, but that's fine. Then Alakazam comes out, and yeah, that happened. Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. It's going to be a repeat. I need to get freeze if I want to win. I need to play as unfair as Team Rocket. Screw all moral ground. We're here for the win. Jessie can do this if she just gets a freeze on Alakazam. I do try for Arbok and hope I get a crit again, but it is just RNG at this point. There's no strat. Just keep freeze spamming. And I get a freeze on Pidgeot, which I don't want. That's always annoying, but eventually I know it's going to come. It's either I'm going to crit him or I'm going to freeze him. Whichever, you know, place your bets. What do you think I'm going to get? Freeze or crit from Dig? Go on. What do you think? Well, after many failed attempts, I finally get a good, decent run. And here's what that nice run looks like. So, Pidgeot comes out. We do exactly the same thing as always. He goes for Sky Attack, which means I am forced to switch to Lickitung. Because if I don't switch to Lickitung, I've lost. Next up is the Alakazam. He goes for Reflect, and I clamp spam hard. He knocks out my Shelly. Yeah, I'm joking. That was not the good attempt. Here is the real attempt now. Freeze on the Pidgeot. Very sad, I know, but I don't care. Next up is the Alakazam, and unbelievably, he just keeps spamming until we get a freeze. Could have knocked me out any time, but now I go for Meowth. Meowth's got to, you know, earn his weight somehow. So Meowth knocks out the Alakazam, and next up is the Rider. I don't know why I didn't switch, but I guess I was trying to reduce the EXP gained. Shelly knocks out the Rider, no problem. Arcanine is next, and we are just going to Clamp Abuse. And with that, Arcanine is gone. We have 2 Pokemon left. Exeggutor, I get another freeze. So what is that? 1, 2, 3 freezes. No, wait, 2. Pidgeot was the one before. But yes, Frozen, you can't do anything, which means that's another Pokemon gone, which means the last one we got to worry about is going to be Blastoise. I've got almost no PP for Shelly, so Shelly is going to use its last Ice Beam, and yeah, that's all Shelly has. I switch, Licky gets knocked up by Blizzard. Thank goodness I did not go to Arbok, and yeah, it's time to paralyze it and just keep Rap abusing. Hopefully we can at least chip it down low enough. 6 HP, very close, but sadly he knocks me out, but I still have got Meowth. As long as Meowth doesn't get hit, I do win. And just like that, we've got the win. Fun fact, this actually took me 34 attempts, which was the most I ever had. So it was just Alakazam Exeggutor beat me twice, Arcanine once, Blastoise 3 times, and everything else was because Alakazam just kept sweeping my team. Well, the answer to the challenge is yes, you can beat Pokemon Red with Jessie's team. Guess I should do James's team to wrap them both up. Well, that's the video, I appreciate you watching. If you enjoy my content, don't be a stranger, drop me a like and subscribe. If you hate my content, don't be shy to dislike on by the side. Comment, ladies and gents, and until next time, goodbye. Oh yeah, where I've been. Basically, my laptop died. When I was... Look, I had like 6 videos ready, Let's Go Pikachu and Ash's team, Pokemon Emerald with Struggle Only, etc. And like an idiot, I didn't save anything to the cloud. So I decided to take a break. Then my family started fostering some kids that are a big handful. My work changed. So the answer, where I've been, the short answer is, life got the better of me. But I forgot how much fun these challenges are. And so I decided to, you know, just take some more time out of my life to keep doing them again, because I enjoy them. You know, if Team Rocket has taught us anything, it's to never give up, even if you never succeed, I guess. I mean, I don't know, I just tried to tie my disappearance into the video randomly. Anyway, that's where I've been. Till next time, ciao.